So we are setting up this specials for March 2023. You can see here on the right are the February specials. So what we're going to need to do first is go and unfeature these ones. And we set the sale prices by scheduling them, so all the prices will have automatically changed backs, but we need to remove them from the monthly specials designation and the features designation. That happens somewhat differently on Parish and Orleans, and you'll notice here that the top section is Parish, and it says that we are only featuring them on Parish. Now, we only feature the flavored coffees on Parish Coffee website. Um, we set sale prices for all of them on both websites. All of these coffees might not be on both websites, but we have to go and search for them to see if they are there or not. Also, notice that there is highlighting for deactivating and activating. Um, we will need to change the name on these Caramel Kiss and Decaf Caramel Kiss and then set them to drafts. They don't always have all of their coffees featured all year. We're going to set them to draft. The client sometimes has them set to non-visible instead of draft. So we need to pay extra special attention to that, but we will do that as we go. So I've taken a backup of Parish already. So we're going to go into the admin area. What we're going to do is we're going to go to products and we're just going to go search for all of these. And what we are going to do is unstar them. So you can see here that the way that featuring works on Parish, not on Orleans, is that you click this star and it sets it as featured. So we're just going to start searching. We'll do Caramel Kiss, and you can see that there is regular and decaf for both. So you should be able to just type Caramel Kiss here and then see the decaf and the regular. So now it's still technically the 28th, so the prices will not have changed yet until a little later. At midnight, the prices will revert. But since we don't work at midnight, we are doing this towards end of day on the last day of the month. So there may be people. So we feature these coffees in email marketing as well. So there may be people that are still trying to buy these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself a task to change the name and to set them to draft tomorrow morning after the sale price has expired. But we are going to unfeature them right now. That way they won't show up in the monthly specials section of the website. This, yeah, regular, set both. All right, so we're just going to do that first thing tomorrow morning. All right, so now we'll go to chocolate raspberry truffle, do the same. We're just going to work all through the list. All right, Now that we have unfeatured everything, and we are going to do the deactivation and name change first thing tomorrow, we are going to go and start doing the sale prices and featuring on this month's copies. So we will go and set the sale prices first. So in order to do that, you go to products. For coffees, you go to product variations because there's 6 variations for each coffee usually. So we need to make sure to set the price for each variation. So the first coffee is pistachio gelato. Now you can see here the way the search works on Parish is it's showing them as separately. On Orleans, you can get them all to show up at once, but you'll have to go individually and filter them out. So you see we have all the regular pistachio gelato flavored. Now we are going to click this top box next to product and it automatically selects all 6. And we are going to bulk edit the price. Switch to sale price. And you can see the sale price is $10.40. We're going to schedule it. So we're going to schedule it to begin March 1st. We're going to schedule it to end April 1st. And that is because the sales end at 12:01 a.m. of the date you select. So if we were to go and select the last date in March, they actually would not remain on sale for that last date. Say yes, update. You'll see it's done them all, and you can do done and deselect all. And then just to double check really quick, you can click any one of these. Click next, and you'll see the sale price coming up. If you want to double check the dates, you can click the little pencil next to the regular price, move to sale, and you'll see the dates. And that will have happened for all of these. So now we need to go to pistachio gelato decaf, filter again. Do the same thing. Take note that decafs are more expensive by $1 usually. So we'll set these all to 11.40. Decaf pistachio gelato flavored coffee. Sale price 5.40. Schedule. You want to do something like add a strike through to indicate which ones you've done. That's fine while you're doing it, but just make sure to remove that because the client uses this document. So we'll see here that they have a name change for this. So we are going to go and change the name when we edit the featured. When we make it featured, we can't do that from within the product variations section. So we'll have to go back to the regular products section. Oh, you can see I did something wrong here. I only selected one of them. So I need to go back and do them all. Just make sure you're doing the right dates. Here at the bottom, you can see it now says this will affect 6 items. Sometimes the titles of them are not the same on the website as they are in this document. So I'm going to just do like the most important word, but you can still see that many of them are not here on Parish. Parish specializes more in the flavored coffees. But teas don't have variations. See, I'm forgetting my own stuff right now. So to check the teas, we just need to go to regular products. Peach. There it is, honey ginger peach tea. So go to price, and since it's only a single one, you don't need to worry about any variations. Double check the new price is $7.75. Schedule it for the same amount of time as always for the next month. Now we're going to go back and feature all these and change the name on the one that needs a name change. So from this view, you can actually see both the pistachio gelato and the decaf. You can see that it's published, and this is where I was talking about the visibility. It always needs to be set to shop and search results. And some of them at times will not be set to that. So that is something you need to pay special attention to. Published, visible. So we're just going to feature both of these. Cinnamon bun is the one that needs to be changed. So we'll feature these real quick. Make sure they're published. Make sure they're visible. Say here, change king cake to this name. I'm going to check with the client because they have a cinnamon bun and a king cake here. Now, this might only be relevant to the Orleans site, so we'll double check that. But I'm not going to change the name because it does look like there is a king cake and there is a cinnamon bun, and I'm going to send the client an email for some clarification on that. So I don't know if they're potentially going to want us to get rid of one of those, if maybe that one that's called king cake is the actual one they want to use. um, I'll send an email after this video is done. Okay, so we've scheduled all the prices, we've featured them. So what we can do now is the prices won't be showing up, but we can check the front end of the website to see if the ones we featured are in fact showing up in the monthly specials section. So here we go to monthly specials. You can see we have the decaf pistachio gelato, honey ginger tea, chamomile flowers. There are some other teas that they've already had for a while here that we left. But you can see that there is the 4 regulars, 4 decafs, the new teas, and some other stuff that they've had from before. So now that is all we need to do on Parish. It's good to check in on these like throughout the month. Sometimes the scheduling is wonky. Uh, so I would check in, on the first to make sure that the sales are displaying properly, and maybe come back once or twice throughout the month just to peek in real quick. You can also tell whoever is performing weekly maintenance to double check that. But we are done with Parish for now. So we are going to head over to Orleans. We're going to pull it back up. Now, as I mentioned before, all the last month's sale prices will automatically revert to their regular prices due to scheduling. We are changing the prices of these coffees on Orleans, the flavored ones, but we are not setting them to featured or to monthly specials. Now, Orleans has both a featured and a monthly special, and I'll show you the difference on their site real quick. So featured coffees show up here on the homepage in this section. Monthly specials show up here. And as you can see, there's some overlap, but some of the ones that would be monthly specials are not necessarily featured. So all of them get their prices changed. Only the ones down here get featured in monthly specials. So what we will do first is go and unfeature and unmonthly special all of these. Go to products. And when I say unfeature and unmonthly special, remember it's the previous month I'm talking about, and we'll just have to search for each of these manually. So you can see here there's a star situation here on this site. That actually does not do anything on this site, and for that reason I'm going to remove that from the view. You can see here Fuego is the special from last month. So I'm just going to open it in a new tab. And here, both monthly specials and featured are product categories. So we need to unclick monthly specials, unclick featured, update. We'll go through and we'll do that for all of the Orleans coffee products. And finally is the staff pick of the month. That is always a featured and monthly special, but there's no price change in it. And you can see we didn't add it as a monthly special because while we want it to be featured on the front page, there's not actually a price change, so it's not technically a monthly special. To do that, similar to Parish, we move over to product variations. It's a little easier on Orleans because you see that if we put in pistachio gelato, and on this site, we get all the decafs and all the regulars grouped together. So it's a little time saving. So you'll have to be a little bit careful and you'll have to manually go select these and make sure you're only selecting the decaf or the regular at any given time. See, we have 6 items selected and they're the decafs. So they're the 1140 ones. Down and deselect, and then you can go do the regulars. See again, we have 6 selected. Just go and do that for the whole list. So as we mentioned before, teas don't have variations, so we're going to go back to the regular products, change those tea prices, and while we're in there, begin the labeling of them as featured or monthly specials. All right. So we'll see the staff pick of the month here. We'll go and do that one now. That one doesn't need any sale price editing. All right, we can see here that there is a couple of different Jabas. Now, usually we might have to clarify with the client, but we can cross-reference the prices and see if we can find the right one. And it looks like 1345 is the one. So we're going to feature that one now. And in my clarification with the client, I am going to just double check that's the one they want. now we're just gonna have to go and feature in monthly special these Orleans ones. And as we mentioned, the flavored coffees do not get um, featured or specialed on Orleans for whatever reason. The product or the client doesn't want that. So now we can go to this monthly specials page and refresh. We can see that the ones that we just went and added are all here. Remembering that the prices will not change until 12:01 tonight. And go to the home page, and you can see the featured copies. Now, one thing to remember is that sometimes the visibility settings are weird, and you'll be able to see everything if you're logged in as an admin. So if you really want to double check that everything is still showing up, log out, navigate back, and just double check that everything you did is showing up for you as it would for a regular user. And that is the whole thing. I know that took a long time. It is tedious, but I guess that's why we make the big bucks. So just let us know if you have any questions.